Simply put, I miss the old Roblox. There are a lot of reasons as to why I believe old Roblox was better than the platform that it currently is, and there are also positives I will talk about the platform in its current state. Let me quickly go over what I think the platform has going for it in its current form. Firstly, the layout is quite good, with many different thumbnail designs for games, and the market changed to have bigger pictures of items as they're introducing user-generated content, which is a great way to see the item and get more people enticed into buying it. But there's also cons to user-generated content, like for instance, terrible moderation that I will get into later. Another thing I found quite good is the analytic pages. They are great at offering in-depth knowledge on what parts of your game or items are doing good and how they were found, as well as tracking all the revenue you've gotten from those sources. It's a great in-depth tool that I think has improved very well over time. And obviously, as a last point, the overall improvement to the Roblox studio used to make games on the platform, which has led to great leaps in overall design of the games and ambitious on the platform like Deep Woken, Doors, Recoil, Guts and Black Powder to name a few that I think are high quality games, but then there are also more lower quality games done to entice people into spending more time and more Robux onto it as easy slot farms like what you currently see on the top trending pages. Now that I've made some points about the current state of the platform, what I think it's doing well, now I'm going to make some points of why I think old Roblox is better. You may find some you agree with or you don't, and that is completely fine, as the first one being the overall game selection, which I think may be a bit controversial. Currently on Roblox, the games being produced focus on simple designs to entice kids to play for as long as possible, to either spend Robux on game passes or developer items, which are mostly single-use repurchasable items, or the third option being if they are a premium member, getting a small cut from them playing for a long time. This has led to an obvious design ethos in games being tailored around that, like Soul's RNG being a AFK simulator, which has also dived into another big game genre that ties into the third option, being luck-based games, which I do believe that is a big genre of games that has changed Roblox, focusing on AFKing more than anything, or just tying it into anything possible, like Fish It, or Steal a Brain Rot, with the whole brain rot memes just running out of different rarities for people to steal. Now, do I believe there was more innovation in the past than in current Roblox? Yes, but as a counterpoint, in old Roblox, the games weren't perfect, but they had charm and were really fun to play, like RPGs, which has changed drastically since its inception. Another thing as well was clickbait games, which had an eye-catching title and thumbnail to drive people into that game. They need to be something completely different to generate text that can be exchanged for Robux, and that currency, I do believe, gave people the option to make fun and enjoyable games, as they earn it for every time someone played that game, which I think that system led to people creating more fun games, so they get a lot more ticks that they can exchange for Robux. Speaking of Robux, that brings us back into items, or well, lack of items from Roblox, as they only now do items for gift cards and outsourcing event items to UGC creators, which is really annoying, as I loved old Roblox hats that had a weird charm to them, like the collision top hat for instance. It's too small, so you have to upscale it a bit to make it fit, but the texture and concept of the hat is really cool, and I like the subtle details of the notches being stuck out to tie it all together. But now all we get is bland looking gift card hats or retextures that were also done in the past. Now sometimes Roblox do create new items, like what happened in the classic, which was a nice sight to see, but then also more common 15 retextures of a hat that looks subpar, like for instance a darker presence, and its weird looking candy horns that no one even likes, as there's UGC to cover up the horns to make them look grey or black. But what I think most people will agree on is the company's attitude. It has shifted over the years, and I would say quite drastically, as when they went public, as now they're not pleasing the player base, but rather the investors to keep their stock profitable, which has a negative effect, such as terrible lackluster events to promote already popular games, weird ideas like Roblox phone calling, when they already promote Discord as a platform to use, and then like most tech companies, using AI for basically everything, moderation, user generated content, and even games, with them pushing an AI assistant in the Roblox studio that is stupid at best and doesn't really work as much as you want it to. Like turning it into LinkedIn for some odd reason, with friends getting turned into connections, with games getting renamed to experiences, and then groups getting renamed to communities. All changes that for some reason felt necessary in their eyes. But what annoys me the most is lack of care. Lack of care to protect people on the platform and willingness to do anything else than the basics of running a platform, like creating events, instead of investing more resources into moderation, which is a massive joke that takes weeks for them to even respond to anything, even if it's a serious case of a predator. As shocker, Roblox has a giant predator problem that they won't do anything about until a major backlash comes their way. Then they have to do something, like what happened with Schlep, who made great videos documenting predators getting arrested, working with law enforcement to do so. But no, Roblox saw that as a problem and decided to take a stance of no vigilante groups on the platform, which they would take law into their own hands and even abuse the person, which puts them on the same level as the predator, serving no justice to their crimes. Which I would like to state, Schlep is not one of those people. He works with law enforcement to get those predators arrested. He gave well documented evidences of their crimes to Roblox in paper and digital formats, as well as to the police, to get them to even do anything, and it's only when the video is uploaded they will take action. But what baffles me the most is Roblox triples down on this take, causing severe backlash and even members of their partner program to leave, then countries banning the platform and even a lawsuit on top of that. Hell, even Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator is collaborating with Schlep on this to reveal the dangers of playing Roblox. I grew up on this platform. I joined in 2012, and I remember the community being put first. Sure, I won't say the platform was perfect back then, as there were still online datas, which in current Roblox is now just accepted by the company. Then also bad events, and the overall performance of the client and Wi-Fi at that time was kind of bad. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't perfect, but it was fun, coming home and playing Catalog Heaven. Now, I just wake up to see how they dug themselves an even deeper hole than they did yesterday. This video is more of a rant I've wanted to put together for a while, as everything around us is going for the worst, and Roblox is no exception. Just now it's at a boiling point, and the fans have had enough and demand change. Do let me know your experiences on the platform, and if it's been positive or bad. And as for that, feel free to subscribe. I have more videos planned, some not being Roblox related, but with that being said, I'll see you some other time.